Hello everyone, welcome to the human layer. Today I'm going to build a Google Chrome extension with the help of Google Antigravity. So let's understand what is Google Antigravity a little bit before moving ahead. So Google Antigravity is an AI powered integrated development environment majorly designed by Google. So it's nothing but a Visual Studio Code clone, I would say. It has a more advanced features like autonomous AI agent built within it. So if you want to download into your machine, please head into this antigravity.google website. So from here you can download. It is available in Mac and Windows and Linux, all three different variants. So I'm not covering how to install and all. So let's move ahead. Let's now see how the anti-gravity looks like. So it is, if you open the anti-gravity, it's more or less same as Visual Studio Code. But the one major thing is that on the right side you see something called agent. So if you select the agent's model, so it has currently support of Gemini 3 models, all three models, and not three, sorry, two. The Pro model will have a high and low bandwidth based on the usage limits you have, and Cloud Sonnet 4.5 and GPT OS 120 billion models also available currently in this particular IDE. So let's start building something. So before me even going to build something, let's understand what exactly I'm planning to build today. So if you observe the Google Chrome extensions, so there are many extensions available in the market store. So if you go here and search that I want to build something called website blocker. Okay, so if I search website blocker, if you see what it does, it's nothing but blocking the specified websites. Okay, so I'm planning to build something like this, something not exactly same, but at least I'm trying to block the user defined websites. He can unblock whenever it needed, something like that. Let's move back. So the prerequisites for this is we have to enable the developer mode on for this. Please come open in your browser Chrome / extensions, enable the developer mode here. I'm toggling on here on the right corner. Okay, now moving back to our IDE, the first prerequisite is actually creating a folder. A folder is nothing but creating a workspace. So I'm just let me quickly create something here. Okay, I'm just giving it a name as a site blocker. Okay, open. Okay, fine. Okay, so it is actually enabling the agent under this particular workspace now, because we actually entered into a project now. Okay, so before moving further, I would like to explain the major major idea behind starting this channel is not to use AI blindly. So we have to understand what it is actually generating. So let's suppose to build this particular app, we may end up taking 4 to 5 or more than 5 different iterations. I mean to say 5 different prompts we end up giving. So between each prompt, the model will end up, the agent will end up changing the code a lot. So we need to understand what changes it does from the previous prompt to this prompt, so that is our learning. So the present generation engineers, even the senior engineers, actually start understanding that they are actually completely moving directly into the keep on asking the next prompt and taking the final code and keeping deploying into the production. That is something, the trap we should avoid. So that is the main idea behind this, starting this channel. So to track them, so we'll use Git, a much powerful versioning tool we have, right? So I'm just initializing the Git in this particular repository, even though it's a plain repository as of now. Okay, now let's start our application. So we are actually asking to the Gemini model that design a Google Chrome extension which blocks the websites given by the user. Please create a visual where user will input the website URL and delete them as well. Okay, it's a very simple prompt. I'm just copying this prompt. I'll explain why I copied this prompt as well. Design a Google Chrome extension which blocks the websites given by the user. Please create a visual where user will input the website URL and delete them. So let's start. Okay, let's give this. So what the anti-gravity agent capable of, we'll understand quickly now. So it create a implementation plan and it explains us how actually it's planned to implement this particular request by the user. In very quickly it will give us its thought process, and see, it actually given us a task list to us. Okay, so it is trying to initialize the project, create artifacts, create implementation plan. So once the implementation plan comes, it will come here, so that we'll see what exactly it is doing. Okay, now it given us the implementation plan. So this is how it plans to implement. It plans to use the manifest v3 here, and also declarative net request API, so that it actually blocks on the network level itself. It's not even allow any packets to user entered YouTube. Let's suppose a user blocked the YouTube, it will not allow the browser to even hit that particular request. Okay, so it's creating what? It's creating the code such like this. First thing is manifest.json. If you are already familiar with how the structure for Chrome extensions, then you will be having a more idea. Else please be with it, be here, we'll understand little bit in detail. So it's going to create so I'm okay, it given us implementation plan, and it is asking our permission. Do you want me to continue with this implementation plan or not? Okay, but let me first finish it. So it's creating a manifest.json and some JavaScript, background.javascript, and popup.html. We'll discuss what is popup.html. We'll show in the live where on the extensions. Let's say here, if you have this extension, let's take example. Okay, let's say you have this extension, whatever the UI you are seeing here. So this is nothing but our pop-up in our case. Okay, so CSS is actually a styling for it, and JavaScript actually the actual logic where whatever the user enters YouTube URLs, the preferred URLs he wants to block, and the core logic will be sits there. And he's explaining what manual verification, how we have to do it is explaining. So I'm saying to proceed. Okay, so now what it does, it actually whatever the implementation plan it creates, so it's completely thinking as a human. Frankly, our step is only accepting the implementation plan, as simple as that. Let's suppose if you want to change anything in the implementation plan, you can still do it. You can give a comment here, so that it will modify the plan accordingly. Okay, so it's creating images in particular folder. So it is running some kind of a shell script maybe, so it's making a directory of images. Okay, so it required our permission, because even though it can do but as it violates some kind of a privacy, so it is asking us to accept it. So then it created a folder. Okay, because it don't have a sudo rights currently. It's running in our users session, I would say. So now let's move ahead, and it started building already. It actually created, okay, it's creating images. Maybe from the AI to LLM it will generate the images. Also it created a manifest.json. If you see the manifest.json, the version 3, so manifest version 3 it's using, name it is, and the version, this is here, whatever the one second guys, let me open the Chrome. So if you see here, this is a name here, it will show, and it is a version actually it is planning to. And action is nothing but whenever the user clicks, display the popup.html. Okay, the default icons variant based on the size it's giving. Okay, and there's a JavaScript need to pass for the background service, so it is giving a background.js. Okay, now let's move back. Okay, let's understand whether okay, I think it's completed, it's done this, and it is walking through what it does. So it's created the files, and it is asking us to test. Just get into Google Chrome extension. So we are in here. Okay, make sure you are in the developer mode is on, and click on load unpacked. Okay, so now I'm just select the root folder here. In my case it is site blocker, so I'm just selecting here. Okay, so it said images specified in icons could not be load manifest. Okay, so let's understand what exactly the error is. So could not load images /icon16.png specified in icons could not load manifest. Okay. Okay, so if you are not never developed this particular Chrome extension, so you may be new to this issue, so you're still, you can still face this issue and ask the model to fix this for you. But if you not, let me tell you what exactly happening. So there are no images simple as that. Okay. And another there's another issue will discuss in the next step. Okay, before even moving that, let's paste that particular issue here. Okay, because it will now it understands the issue. Now it will actually create the icons. Actually currently it failed to create images from the with the help of LLM. So now see, it's actually creating one image from Banana Pro. You can see the image, banana image here, Gemini's Banana Pro. So let's wait for a minute. Okay, so it's created a very beautiful image here. Okay, now let's see. Okay, it created. Now it need to paste these images here. So okay, we have to accept it for writing it here. Okay, now you see we got all the images. Okay, different variants. Okay, now let's go back now and let's reload the extension here, retry. Okay, now it came. If you see here, the site blocker came and it is giving you enter your let's suppose youtube.com block. Okay, now let me try youtube.com here. So it's blocked. It didn't work. Okay, that's fine. We'll see again what happens. Let's suppose let's take an example of economic times. So the good thing is it didn't work. Okay, so economic times is blocked. Somehow youtube.com is not. Maybe I have entered wrong. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, it's my mistake, I think. Let me do it again. So it's somehow bypassing. We will see why actually it's happening. Okay, before even moving that, now we are actually got one working version, but we found there are multiple issues. The good thing is that now we want to understand what exactly we will do. The commit these we'll stage these files, whatever the changes we have. Okay, so we'll explain that initial version. We'll commit this as a initial version. Okay, I know we'll not publish any branch as of now. Let's understand why I did like this. Let's move now. Let's say that youtube.com is still working even though I have blocked. Okay, so let's see what exactly went wrong for this particular URL. It will go through and it will understand what exactly is happening. We'll see. Maybe meanwhile let's open the JavaScript logic here. Okay, because the way how it trims the URL, because if you see, even though we are giving the full URL here, it is actually taking the domain. Okay, see, possibly let me give a try. Okay, meanwhile let's understand what exactly it found. Okay, so now it is saying clearly, so it actually improved the domain normalization. Okay, accept it, accept changes. Okay, done. Let it finish its job. Okay, now retest it. So it is saying, now let's go back to the extension, just refresh the extension. Okay, now let me remove the youtube.com again. Okay, and let me add it back. So now okay, still the strange thing is it is working. Let's try for some other websites, guys, because let's try for Google Gemini app only. Okay, sorry. So now it actually take the host here, not the complete site. So it is actually blocking. We'll see what is wrong with the YouTube in a minute. Then we'll again ask. But let's understand what actually changes it did. So why I am actually maintaining the Git versions here is I want to understand what actually it does. It actually change the way how it normalize the host. So if at all if the website domain is starting with www, it's removing, uh, because if you see the schema what it is planning to implement in the implementation plan, declarative net request, it actually works on the host level. So it need not to have whether it is a HTTPS or HTTPS schema or even the www dot. So it's not required. So that is the reason we'll commit this as a the fix 2 for us. Fix normalizing the URL. Okay, so we'll commit this. Okay, now still there are multiple issues. Before even fixing the URL issue, there is another issue I would like to highlight here. You see the image is not coming, even though we have actually given our images. Still the extension image is still showing as a default one. So this is a default Google Chrome's images. Let's first get this fixed. We'll see why YouTube URL is not coming in a minute. Okay, so the image is not getting displayed. I will tell you what exactly the issue is. The Chrome actually will not look into the subfolder, so the images has to be in the root folder. It actually created like images slash, so that's maybe a issue I feel, but the images is not getting displayed. Extension folder. Okay, now it will actually look through, understand. Let's understand whether it is able to solve this or not. Okay, so I generated the so it's thinking. I realized didn't actually check the source path. Okay, so I am accepting it. What actually did changes, it actually tried to resize the icons to the correct format, but it's not actually okay. Maybe it is assuming that the images which we have here is not actually okay. Yes, earlier if you remember the images were all are a bigger size. Now it actually changed it. Now let's okay, it's not finished its job yet. Okay, let it complete so that we'll refresh the extension again and we'll see is there any change in it or not. It takes time based on the quota usage you have against your model, because I am using it from sometime from the past few days, so maybe my quota is actually going to be soon close, so that it will auto switch to low model. Technically it should switch. It actually resized. Let's test from our end. Okay, once. Okay, now see. Okay, still it is not visible. Okay, let's remove it and let's try to load it again, because it sometime. Okay, if you see the side blocker, no, it's not visible yet. Okay, so the another thing here is moving the images into the root folder should actually fix this, but let's give a try. Meanwhile the agent is actually busy. Okay, I think let's inform agent that okay, let's first stage our changes so that we'll understand what happened. Image size changes. Okay, commit. Okay, now we understand that the issue is not with issue is not resolved. I think the images should be in a root folder, not inside an image folder. So this is where experience come into picture, else you will end up consuming more tokens, because we have to go and tell agent that multiple iterations it didn't work, because even for the YouTube case it didn't work twice. We'll see that later, but it now whether that will work or not, let's accept it. So what it does, it actually moved icons to the root folder. Accept all changes. Okay, so okay, please reload the extension to verify. Okay, let's reload and verify. Okay, let me remove extension once, guys. So if you see, still the images is not actually coming. Technically it should come, then the actual issue might be in the images resolution which actually provide. Still images are not getting displayed. Please check the resolutions. Okay, what happens is if our resolutions are not correct, Chrome is actually not displaying those images. So instead it is actually defaulting to the default images. So that might be one of the reason. Now I feel the images are bigger, but let it finish its job. Okay, so you see, I have converted the icons to the correct PNG format. They were previously JPEGs. This should be strictly resolved and displays issue. Please reload the extension and one last time to confirm this particular thing. So okay, let's do that. It's okay. Now you see, I just refresh, the icon is coming now here. Now let again give a try. I'm just copying economic times here, I'm just blocking it here. Okay, now let me paste this economic time, so it stopped. Now one time again, see our youtube.com, it seems our favorite. It's loading now. Let's block this. Okay, it's coming, guys. Technically it should not, we will see that why it is not. Okay, okay, all working good except YouTube. Okay, so meanwhile let me do the image fix. Actually this is the image fix, so I'm just committing these changes. Okay, so now we asked okay, I think let me stop the agent once, because there is some issue with my network, or maybe the tokens which I have. So let's see. Okay, now it's triggered. I'm currently investing YouTube. The current logic adequately handles a more complex site structure such as services work on single page applications. Okay, debugging the rule application of potential. Okay, okay, so it is saying maybe a subframes issue. Let's see. Okay, refactoring the blocking logic user. Okay, okay, moving. Okay, let's accept the changes, guys. You can see the changes here, open difference here, and see what exactly try to change here. Okay, so even though we are going to save them with the help of Git, because this history may or may not be persist for us in the future. So if you have a Git, it will always be persisted for us. Okay, now I have accepted the changes. Okay, now let's go back, let's refresh, let's do one thing, let's remove YouTube again. Okay, let's paste youtube.com again, and let's try to load YouTube again. Now see, now it started working perfectly. Now if you see the connect to the internet, it's not whatever these CSS you are seeing, it is actually rendering from the cache, but it's not actually going to the internet. Okay, it worked, right? It worked. What changes it did from the previous to the current is very important for us, because that is where our learning part is. So let's ask AI only to explain what actually it worked now. What actually you did? Let's ask it. Meanwhile, we will also see what actually the changes it did here. So logic moved to background.js. What happened previously? Update back blocking rules actually calling from the front end. Okay. Okay, now actually this particular logic it moved to the background.js because why it's important, let's understand from the AI itself. Okay, so move logic to the background. Originally the code is updated to the blocking rules, lives inside the pop-up. This means only ran if the pop-up was open. Okay, it's as simple as that. If the pop-up was open, then only it's working. But our use case is not that. Even when we close our browser, let me close my browser and let me open again. Still it should actually one second guys, let me bring the browser back into this main window. Okay, even if you open YouTube now, it should stop because it should not be work like that when my pop-up is open, else not, right? So that is the actual issue. So it's moving to the background.js. Background.js will be keep on running in the background irrespective of whether our pop-up is open or not. So this is our first version of our extension. So we will extend this extension to the next level by creating a separate page where user will be can see a past history. Instead of deleting a website, he can actually disable the website and all, and also will secure this particular website with the help of the list of websites with the help of some kind of a password, so that if any other user is trying to access, he will not be allowed to delete. If password will be set by the admin or someone, so that other person, whoever is trying to use, he cannot delete those particular URLs. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day.